Hey everyone, it's Angela here. So glad to be back and with you all and sharing in all the love and the light and the goodness and positivity. The past few months I have been crazy busy, on my life's journey, and a lot of exciting new developments have happened, but I'll save that for another time. Um, I've been getting the same message over the past few months. Every couple weeks when I meditate, I keep getting the same message. So I'm going to share that message with you guys because it's been such a prevalent message in my own life the past 6 months or so. So without further ado, break down to rebuild. Sometimes you've got to break it down to rebuild it even stronger. So, well, nobody wants to break down. Um, Least of all me, and it's not a fun, positive thing to talk about usually. However, um, I'm going to explain it to you in the context that I keep receiving the message in for us. Um, Sometimes life gets hard and it's difficult, and I always say, living is the difficult part, and striving to thrive and do greater. It is difficult. It is not an easy path. And sometimes when you're on that path, even if you're on the right path, things happen and blockages come in your way. I guess to teach us lessons, I guess so that we can learn and grow and become greater and stronger for it. But at the time when we, come across these roadblocks, sometimes we break down, you know? Sometimes it's so seemingly insurmountable and difficult that we feel like we can't keep going, or we're not going to ever make it to the other side of it and get to where we want to be, or we'll never reach that goal. Um, and it happens to us even when we're not going through, a goal-oriented mission. Sometimes it's just part of life. Things happen. Crap happens. And we break down. And sometimes we're in this really dark place and we don't know how we're going to get out of it. And the walls are closing in and it feels like you're alone, and you don't have a tribe of positive people around you, and you don't understand why, and we get angry and resentful. Why is this happening to us? Why now? What else? What more? These are things I hear all the time from clients and even in my own head. Why me? And it's really easy to fall into that victim mentality, that because we don't deserve these things. We don't. This is part of life. Nobody gets out of it unscathed, but some of us get more crap than others. So, and in those moments when we break down, and when we're at our lowest, and I understand because I've had a few kind of rough times this year myself, but when I got to that point where I'm like, okay, what next? What do I do now? I don't know how I'm going to get through this or get past it or get over it, or, will it ever feel better? Will I ever be normal and positive again? It's those times when I remind you, what, sometimes you have to get to that point and break down in order to rebuild stronger. Sometimes you have to get to that low point and hit this bottom where you don't know what else to do in order to start building back. And building back isn't always easy. I always keep it real with you guys. It's not easy. But you build it brick by brick. And you're building it on a stronger foundation because now you've been through such a rough time. You've been through so many rough things. You know how strong you are, that you can achieve and get through anything. If you could survive this event, if you could survive this situation, or if you could survive this grief, this depression, whatever it is, if you could survive that, you can get through anything. And so that's why I say your foundation's even stronger to build upon. Brick by brick, piece by piece, you rebuild stronger, better, wiser than you were yesterday, wiser than you were an hour ago, 5 minutes ago. You're constantly growing. So use this really low point, use this breakdown or this bad spot to learn something. Don't let it be in vain. And even if you don't understand why you had to go through it, because quite honestly, how often do we really get to see the inner workings of the universe and understand why it's happening? And we don't always understand why, but still use it to your advantage. Find a positive in it somewhere, even if it's a little kernel of something. Now, sometimes things happen that are horrible and we can't see that little positive kernel. For example, a loved one passing away. When things like that happen, there is no rhyme or reason. We're not going to understand it. However, I say the positive kernel in all of this is, would that person want you to continue to struggle? Would that person want you to? No, they want you to survive and thrive and do better and grow bigger than you were. So find a positive thread or kernel somewhere and rebuild even stronger. You know, I love, and I talk about this all the time, the phoenix and the idea of phoenix rising from the ashes. Because that's what we are, you and I, my friend. We are phoenix rising from the ashes. From the destruction, from the sadness, from the complete breakdown, we're going to rise bigger and stronger and soar above where we were. So, when you're in that place, take that breath. I always say take that breath, take that moment of stillness and really get in touch and realize you are not broken. You're not broken. You will carry on. You will get through this. You are stronger than you were. So yeah, sometimes you got to break down to rebuild. Stronger, better, wiser than you were. As always, I love you guys so much. So many love and blessings I'm sending your way and healing, so please be open to it. If you'd like to know more about me and what I do, feel free to check me out on the website, holisticwellnessnj.com. I always appreciate when you like me and this video on Facebook at Holistic Wellness Associates, or check me out on YouTube at Angela Roberts LMT. Until next time, guys.